Before we begin, imagine this. You're out with friends. You're in your city. You feel safe. You know every street, every bar, every familiar face. But by morning, you no longer exist. No one sees you leave. No one hears a scream. You're just gone. This isn't a movie. This is real. This is what happened to Brian Shaffer. He walked into a bar and was never seen again. No body, no exit footage, no answers, only silence. This is the true story of Brian Shaffer. It was a Friday night like any other. March 31st, 2006. Brian Shaffer, a 27-year-old medical student, was celebrating the start of spring break. He had just finished a grueling round of exams at Ohio State University and was looking forward to a week in Miami with his girlfriend. He had even hinted at a possible proposal. Life was moving forward, fast, full of promise. He met his father, Randy, for dinner that evening. They talked, laughed, caught up. Brian seemed tired but excited. After dinner, he met his friend Clint to start a bar crawl. Just two guys having fun. Photos were taken. Beers were shared. By 1:15 a.m., they arrived at the last stop of the night, the Ugly Tuna Saloona, a bar just off campus. Security footage shows Brian going up the escalator with Clint and a girl they'd met. He smiles, disappears into the bar, and then he vanishes. No one has seen him since. No footage of him leaving, no calls, no texts, no trace. Just gone. At first, everyone thought he went home, maybe left without saying goodbye. But when he didn't answer his phone the next morning, friends got nervous. When he didn't show up for the Miami trip, his girlfriend panicked. And when police entered his apartment, they found everything untouched. His bed made, his wallet on the dresser, his car still in the lot. The only clue? That grainy camera clip of Brian entering the bar. Not a single frame of him leaving. Police reviewed the footage over and over. They watched everyone exit. Friends, bartenders, bouncers, but not Brian. There was only one main entrance, covered by security cameras, a couple of minor blind spots near the service area and the kitchen, but not big enough to hide a person, not unless he crawled, not unless someone helped him. They searched the entire building. No blood, no struggle, no body. Sniffer dogs combed the area. Helicopters scanned the city. Sewers, dumpsters, construction sites nearby. Nothing. Theories started to swirl. Had Brian been attacked inside the bar, killed and hidden in some unimaginable way? But there were no signs. The place was packed, loud, staffed. Smuggling a body out? Almost impossible. Maybe he had slipped out through the service exit and wandered into the night. Maybe he was drunk, disoriented. Could he have fallen into a construction pit? But again, no evidence, no hat, no phone, no remains. Some thought he staged his own disappearance, that the stress of medical school, the recent death of his mother, or the weight of his relationship pushed him over the edge, that he walked away from it all. But he left no signs. He had no history of mental illness, no financial preparations, no withdrawals, no passport movement, and no good reason. His phone rang for weeks, sometimes months. Then suddenly, it stopped. Verizon said it was a glitch, but to his father it felt like a signal, like hope. Brian's dad, Randy, became the face of the search. He posted flyers, did interviews, lit candles outside the Ugly Tuna on anniversaries. He begged for answers, any answers. But he got none. Then Clint, the friend who'd last seen Brian, refused to take a polygraph. Lawyered up almost immediately. Police said he wasn't a suspect, but the silence said otherwise. Why not clear your name if you have nothing to hide? Years passed. Tips came in. A sighting in Georgia. A photo from Tijuana. None panned out. In 2008, tragedy struck again. Randy was killed when a tree fell during a storm in his backyard. His obituary said he wanted to be buried with Brian, wherever he was. But Brian was still gone. In 2020, the FBI released an age-progressed image of what Brian might look like now. Gray around the edges, a little older, a little quieter, but still smiling. Still out there? The Brian Shaffer case became a fixture on podcasts, forums, documentaries. Everyone had a theory. Everyone had a what if, but no one had an answer. And that's what makes it so haunting. Brian didn't disappear in the woods. He didn't vanish on a solo road trip. He was surrounded by people, cameras, friends, music, and he still disappeared. It hit something deep. The fear of vanishing, of being erased, of becoming a ghost in the data, just another missing poster, another cold case number. But Brian isn't a number. He was a son, a friend, a student, a man with dreams and plans and a plane ticket waiting. Some believe he's still alive, hiding, watching, that something snapped, that he chose to vanish. Others believe he was murdered, and that someone is still walking free. But most agree on one thing. Whatever happened that night at the Ugly Tuna doesn't make sense. Not logically, not physically, not humanly. It's a hole in reality, a place where truth stops and mystery begins. And maybe that's why we can't stop thinking about it. Because if someone like Brian Shaffer can just disappear, so can anyone. If this story stayed with you, subscribe to Roadside Tales, where every journey holds a secret, and some roads lead straight into the dark.